ladies, welcome back. So today's video is for those of you who need a kick up the backside and you just need to either have a refresher or really just learn something right now, because so many women feel as though a man is still into them even when he's blatantly showing you signs that he isn't. You still feel like you have a chance to either get what you want from him, to make him treat you better, or to make him want to get you things, take you shopping, or whatever it is. And if a guy that you are seeing, that you are speaking to and investing, your time into, is not treating you how you want to, then you need to start evaluating things. Then you need to start thinking about it, right? So one of the things that a guy will do if he is interested is make you feel special. And granted, guys will do this even if they aren't really interested and they just want to get you on your back. They will still do the same thing. But there are guys who will actually outwardly not pay for your taxi home, not ask you where you want to go to eat at whichever restaurant, not ask you what you want to do, not do this for you, not do that for you. Some of you will have guys that will just not want to do certain things, and maybe he's like a cheapskate, maybe he's this, he's that, and you will still say, oh, how can I get this from him? How can I get that? You can't, because he doesn't like you. So it's just about realizing when somebody doesn't like you, when they don't go kind of above and beyond, when they don't go out of their way, to like impress you or whatever. They just don't like you and they're just not that into you. So just make sure that you're paying attention to that and that you're not being silly, you're not being delusional, you're not being wishful and desperate. We're going into 2020, so at this point it's about dating smarter and not dating like in desperation. It's about dating for benefit and for gain, okay? So I have some homework for you guys that I want you to do on your next date. Now, even if you drive or you don't drive, really, you shouldn't be driving if you're going on a date and drinking. So depending on how much you're drinking when you're on the date. So let's just say that you drink about 3 glasses of champagne or something. You really shouldn't be driving after that, okay? So it's about 11 o'clock, your date has ended, and you would either have to get a taxi home, public transport, or an Uber. Now, Uber is going out of service next year because of the whole molestation of it all. So you're not getting in an Uber because it's not safe. You should not be getting on a train, the tube, anything like that with the crazies that are on public transport. Just on public transport in general, and especially at that time of night. So the only other alternative for you getting home safely is in a taxi. So if your date doesn't offer to get you a cab home at that time, make a comment and just mention that you're a tiny bit frightened to go on public transport at that time. And if he doesn't then offer, he just does not like you, okay? He doesn't like you, or he doesn't have the money to pay for a black cab, and in both cases he's done. So that's how you can stop wasting a lot of time on guys that are just a waste of time, is by looking at how they treat you from date number 1. And just bear in mind, now some people are going to be in the comments saying, oh, but there's other things. Yeah, there are other things. There are other factors and contributing factors, but this is just one aspect. And this is one way that you can tell if somebody kind of likes you, or if they just really just don't. They just don't like you enough to care if you get home okay, and if you get attacked on the way home, and for them to want to see you again. Because if I'm going off rails a bit here, but just listen. If they don't be a gentleman and offer you a cab home, then clearly they don't want to impress you enough to see you again. So they don't care if they see you for the second date. And that's why it's really important to judge what they're doing on date number 1. A way to minimize your chances of not being cared about on date number 1 really is to come correct with your outfit choices, because when you are going out on dates with guys that are well established, have high profiles, are, professional men, they don't want to be out with, sloppy Sally. They don't want to be out with skanky people and people that are mistaken for sex workers. They don't want to be out with those types of people in public, okay? That's for behind closed doors, not to be sitting on a date opposite you on the table. They don't want that. So make sure that you come dressed correctly, okay? Make sure that your heels are of a decent length. So they don't need to be any higher. This is for the evening. They don't need to be any higher than that, like seriously, because again, that determines how you will be perceived and how you will be treated. So you want to maximize your chances of being treated well on a first date and being with somebody who actually wants to get you home safely. And if they think that you're the type of girl that just busts it wide open everywhere you go, in the Uber and the train, then they probably won't pay for your taxi home. All right. Another thing I wanted to mention is that when you actually do that and you dress in a certain way, it eliminates, chances of people just speaking to you about intimacy and stuff like that, because they are drawn to other things as well as how elegant you look, not just saying, oh my gosh, boobies, 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 oh my gosh, yes, thigh, oh, I can see everything. So don't show too much skin, because that is just a trigger in men that makes them just start doing the most, okay? So don't show too much skin, but make sure that you guys go out, you do this test, and you will know from then whether you're wasting your time with somebody or not. If they just don't want to get you the taxi once you've blatantly explained kind of that you want one, or hinted that you want it, and they still say no or bye and kiss you and push you on the train, they don't like you, darling, and you need to stop wasting your damn time, because they're cheap or they're broke. They're cheap, they're broke, or they don't like you, so you're wasting your time. So that's how to stop wasting your time with people, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Shout out to Kay, one of my subscribers who saw me like last week. So you were so sweet and we had a nice little conversation. I really enjoyed our conversation. I really appreciated you coming over to me, honey. So just wanted to give you a shout out. And with that being said, oh guys, share my videos, please start sharing my videos. Press a thumbs up if you actually like it, of course, and comment below any other suggestions that you have to stop wasting your time with somebody past the first date if you know that they're not serious. They're not serious about doing none of this for you. Comment below in the chat, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah.